Iran is a very bad regime. No discussion about that. I disagree with them on a lot of topics. But I don't believe that we will fix the situation just by bombings or by military operations.
French President Emmanuel Macron has lambasted the US and Israel war on Iran. He claims that the assault on a sovereign nation violates international law, and the Iranians have responded in kind by allowing one of his ships, a container vessel, to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, a first one for a Western nation based in Europe. Well, the French president does not hide his disdain for the Iranian ruling regime. He claims that it's an evil regime and does not have a problem if it's vanquished, but claims that overcoming or ousting a regime through bombing the hell out of the country or trying to overthrow the government by a foreign power does not achieve anything. It draws parallels with countries like Iraq, Libya, Afghanistan, where they have experienced US Israel intervention and has not amounted to any good governance or change of the regime to a democratic one.
The day you say, I don't like your regime, I don't like your organization, I consider you are threatening your neighbor, so I will intervene and bomb you, you open a Pandora box. Because nobody, why shouldn't the other do the same? Iran is a very bad regime. No discussion about that. I disagree with them on a lot of topics. But I don't believe that we will fix the situation just by bombings or by military operations. Look at what happened with this type of operation in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Libya. We never delivered. Never. Even after 20 years. So you have to respect the sovereignty of people. If people want to change a regime, they want to react, step up, they can do so. Having such an agenda shared by Korea, France, and bringing with us the other Europeans, Canada, Japan, India, Brazil, Australia, you start having a sort of third way. Those who don't want to be dependent on China.
French President beef or back and forth tantrums with President Trump has come about as the French and also other members of the NATO have refused to join the Trump's war of choice against Iran, and especially to help them send their navy vessels to force open the Strait of Hormuz to allow the passage of oil to the Europe and Southern Asia and also Africa. Well, the French have claimed that NATO main aim is to ensure or enhance Euro-Atlantic security. Does not have a mandate to operate in the Strait of Hormuz, and so they cannot deploy their forces to such a place. And in doing so, the Iranians have praised the French for standing firm against Trump, who seems to be bullying everyone to join his war. And in return, the Trump himself has claimed that he will abandon the war with Iran and even abandon the Strait of Hormuz to be opened by the Europeans and the Asians, for they are the one who need the oil. Well, 20% of the oil that is needed in the world passes through the Strait of Hormuz. So the Europe and Asia needs the oil in Africa. But what Trump doesn't say is that also the US consumes oil imported from the Persian Gulf. Around 8% of its oil imports come from that region. So they will still be suffering, since without that 8%, it affects the pump prices that the consumers pay by fueling their vehicles in petrol stations or gas stations in the US. So the US cannot deny that it needs the Strait of Hormuz. But the most important point is that the French want to show the US that they will not be bullied to force a regime change or a regime destruction of a country that has not engaged in any war of aggression against any other nation. That is all. Kindly like and subscribe this channel.